So, you want a second passport. Fast, legit. Preferably from a place that doesn't make you memorize the names of 12 obscure saints or force you to recite a constitution in another language. You're not alone. Millions of people are hunting for faster citizenship in 2025, and while some countries treat their passports like sacred treasure, others, they're handing it out like complimentary coffee. But here's the thing. Most people mess this up. They hear fast track and assume it means easy. Nope, there's fine print, hidden rules, and mistakes that can cost you years. So, we've rounded up 17 countries that actually offer fast citizenship, and we're going to walk you through how to get in, what to avoid, and which places are secretly gold mines. If you know how to play your cards right, let's start with a place that makes bureaucracy feel like a beach holiday. Before we dive in, please remember this video is for informational purposes, and you should always consult an immigration expert for personalized advice. At number 1 is Portugal. Citizenship in 5 years. No gimmicks, no need to live like a monk, and here's the cool part. Time spent waiting for your first residency permit now counts toward that 5-year clock. Right. Even the paperwork limbo helps you. It's like if standing in line at the DMV also gave you credit toward a driver's license. You'll need to pass a basic Portuguese language test, a 2-level, stay legally resident, and avoid any crimes that would make the immigration officer raise an eyebrow. Oh, and show you're part of the community. Think joining local events or chatting up neighbors. Processing takes 1 to 2 years after applying, so you're looking at 4 to 6 years total. Dual citizenship is totally fine. Keep your other passport without a fuss. For investors, Portugal's golden visa used to be the go-to, but new rules are phasing out some options. Still, real estate funds and cultural investment options remain, and you only need to chill in Portugal for a week, a year to qualify. And if you're on a D7 visa, remember, it's meant for people actually living there, not just flying in to eat pastéis de nata and flying out again. Other relocation options? The D7 retiree visa for passive income folks, or the D8 digital nomad visa, both lead to residency and eventually citizenship. But the real trap, applying before you actually finish 5 legal years, that alone delays thousands of applications. And don't flunk the language test, start practicing early. At number 2 is Argentina. You'd think a country offering citizenship after just 2 years of residence would be flooded with applicants, but many people don't even know about it. That's because Argentina makes you do one thing other countries don't: go through a federal judge. You need 2 continuous years of residency, meaning if you take that summer trip to Ibiza and forget to come back for a while, your clock restarts. Processing takes 6 to 12 months, so 2.5 years to 3 years total. Also, you'll need to check in yearly with migration authorities. Don't miss that. And after approval, you've got to take an oath. Some folks think it's automatic, but nope, you're not done yet. Also, as of 2025, there are new requirements under President Javier Milei. Applicants must now show proof of financial self-sufficiency, have health insurance, and pass a clean criminal record check. Deportation rules also got tougher, so don't test the limits. Still, if you're consistent, Argentina is one of the world's fastest and most straightforward pathways to dual citizenship. And yes, dual nationality is fully allowed. Relocation-wise, Argentina's digital nomad visa from 2024, or the rentista visa for retirees, counts toward residency, so you've got options. At number 3 is Peru. Another 2-year wonder. But Peru's system comes with a giant flashing warning sign. Lapses reset the clock. You need to be legally resident and physically present for 24 continuous months. Oh, and you'll need a clean criminal record. Don't bring any baggage. No sneaky visa runs or long visits back home. The moment you break continuity, you're back to day 1. On the plus side, Peru allows dual citizenship, and the application process is fairly smooth compared to others. So if you want to spend 2 years between ancient ruins and coastal cities while working or studying, Peru may just be the perfect passport pit stop. At number 4 is Paraguay. Underrated, quiet, and surprisingly tech-forward. Citizenship here is possible after just 3 years of legal residence. That means being in the country at least 183 days per year. You'll also need to be engaged in professional activities, like a job or business, and have no criminal record. But here's the twist. Paraguay is one of the few countries that officially welcomes digital nomads and even recognizes online work toward residency requirements. They've also begun using blockchain to verify documentation. That's right, this low-tax nation is more future-ready than most G20 countries. To qualify for citizenship, you'll need to pass a test in either Spanish or Guarani and know a little local history. Nothing crazy. But don't assume you can ghost Paraguay for half the year and still get a passport. At number 5 is Canada, the polite powerhouse. Citizenship requires you to be a permanent resident and physically present for 3 out of the last 5 years. That's 1,095 days. Processing takes 12 to 15 months, so 4 to 5 years total. And yes, they check. If you try to fudge those numbers or forget to include part-time PR days, which count as half days, the system will flag you. You'll also need to file taxes, pass a citizenship test, and show basic language proficiency in English or French. Canada's fine with dual citizenship, so you can stack passports without worry. As of March 2025, the right of citizenship fee for adults is $119.75 Canadian dollars. Not outrageous, but don't miss it, or your application could get kicked back for being incomplete. Relocation options? Express entry for skilled workers or family sponsorships are solid ways to get permanent residency. There's also a startup visa for entrepreneurs, but no digital nomad visa yet. At number 6 is Mexico. This one's spicy. Normally, you'd need 5 years of residency, but if you're married to a Mexican citizen or from a Latin American or Iberian country, it drops to just 2 years. Processing can take 2 to 4 years after applying, so 4 to 6 years total for most. Mexico also allows dual citizenship, and they don't require you to give up your old passport. But there's a catch. You can't leave the country for more than 180 days per year, or your eligibility resets. Also, you'll need to pass a Spanish language, civics, and history exam. Time to dust off those Duolingo OWL notifications. For relocation, Mexico's temporary resident visa for digital nomads or retirees count toward residency, so you can start the clock while sipping margaritas. At number 7 is Panama. Famous for its canal and its low-tax residency options, Panama has no direct citizenship by investment program, but its friendly nation's visa gives you quick permanent residency, which turns into citizenship after 5 years. Processing takes 6 to 9 months, so 4 to 6 years total. If you marry a Panamanian or have Panamanian kids, that drops to 3 years. The friendly nation's visa is a gem for citizens of over 50 countries. Just show a professional or economic tie, like depositing 5,000 USD and opening a company or renting, and you're set for permanent residency to start the citizenship clock. But don't assume this visa gets you citizenship right away. It only fast-tracks residency. You'll also need to pass a basic Spanish test. However, unlike some neighboring countries, Panama traditionally required naturalized citizens to renounce their original citizenship. But a 2022 constitutional amendment is shifting that, allowing dual nationality for naturalized folks. Implementation is still pending, so double-check your timing. At number 8 is Malta. This one's not for your average backpacker. Malta's citizenship by investment path gets you in after 12 to 36 months, depending on how much you contribute. A €600,000 donation if you wait 36 months. €750,000 if you want citizenship after just 12 months. Add in €700,000 in real estate, or a €16,000 annual lease and a €10,000 charity donation, and you've bought your way in. No residency is needed post-citizenship, and it includes families, spouses, kids, parents, and even grandparents can join the ride. Dual citizenship is allowed, and processing only takes about 6 to 8 months after all investments are made. But fair warning, Malta has some of the strictest due diligence in the world. If your dog has unpaid parking tickets, they'll probably know. And don't pull out investments early, that'll tank your app. If you're not a high roller, regular naturalization takes 5 years of residency. No digital nomad visa here. At number 9 is Italy. If you have Italian blood, you might already be a citizen. Italy's citizenship by descent program lets you claim Italian nationality without ever setting foot in Italy if you can prove your lineage and that it wasn't broken by naturalization in another country. Processing for descent takes 6 to 18 months. As of 2025, the rules say the citizenship line must be uninterrupted. If Grandpa became American before passing his Italian nationality down, you might be out of luck. If you're applying via marriage, it's 2 years of residence if living in Italy or 3 years if abroad. You'll need B1 level Italian skills. Naturalization, the regular way, takes 10 years of legal residence, with processing dragging on for 18 months or more. Dual citizenship is fine. Keep your other passport. Don't miss consular deadlines, especially at busy offices. That's a common trap. Relocation options include a digital nomad visa from 2022 or an investor visa, but these still require the full residency timeline for citizenship. At number 10 is Ireland. Friendly, fast, and not afraid of a little rain. One Irish parent equals instant citizenship. One grandparent means you register via the Foreign Births Register, which takes 6 to 12 months. Everyone else? It's 5 years of residence, with 1 year of uninterrupted stay before applying. Processing takes 12 to 18 months, so 4 to 6 years total. You can't be out of Ireland more than 70 days a year, so don't overdo the travel. Spouses can fast-track the process to 3 years of marriage and residence. Dual citizenship is allowed, so stack those passports. And unlike many countries, Ireland doesn't require language or civics tests. Just don't underestimate the importance of a clean record. Good character checks are taken seriously. Don't miscount days abroad or mess up Garda vetting forms. Minor offenses can tank your app. Skilled workers can use employment permits, or check out the Immigrant Investor Program for a residency path, though there's no digital nomad visa. At number 11 is Dominica. No residency, no language test, just a donation. $200,000 to the Economic Diversification Fund, and you can get citizenship in as little as 6 to 9 months. Want it faster? Pay a premium for expedited processing. It can drop to 2 to 3 months. It's one of the easiest and most affordable routes for a second passport, especially for digital nomads and retirees. It's perfect for families, covering spouses, kids under 30, and even grandparents over 65. But don't get cocky. Dominica runs intense background checks, and they don't like surprises. Make sure you've never been denied a visa in a country Dominica has visa-free access to. That's a deal-breaker. At number 12 is St. Kitts and Nevis, another Caribbean gem. Citizenship is available in just 3 months, with a $250,000 donation or $325,000 in real estate. Premium processing can cut it to 60 to 90 days. It covers spouses, kids under 26, and parents over 55. There's no requirement to live there, and the process is straightforward. But don't assume no residency means no responsibilities. You still have to submit documents, pass checks, and complete the oath, though even that can be done overseas. The CIU is picky about paperwork, so don't mess that up. At number 13 is Grenada. Grenada's magic trick? Its passport gives you access to the E2 US visa, which lets you live and work in the US. Donate $235,000 or invest in approved real estate, and you'll be eligible for citizenship in just 4 to 6 months, sometimes as fast as 90 days. Families up to 4 are covered under one contribution, and there's no language test. Grenada is a Commonwealth country, so you can live there anytime, but it's not required. Like Dominica, there's no residency requirement, and dual citizenship is allowed. Just budget for family fees if you're bringing others, and make sure your real estate is government approved. At number 14 is the United States. Not the fastest, but definitely the most powerful. If you're a permanent resident, green card holder, you can apply for citizenship after 5 years, or 3 years if you're married to a US citizen. Processing takes 12 to 18 months, so 4 to 6 years overall. You'll need 30 months of physical presence in those 5 years. There's a civics test, an English test, and a stack of paperwork that makes IKEA instructions look like child's play. Dual citizenship is allowed, so keep your other passport. Oh, and don't stay outside the US too long. You'll break continuous residence and have to start over. Don't skip taxes either. That'll tank your app. Green cards come via family, jobs, or the diversity visa lottery, or try H-1B or L-1 visas for workers. No digital nomad visa yet. At number 15 is Sweden. Surprise! One of the easiest European countries to naturalize in, if you play it right. You need 5 years of continuous residence, or 3 years if you're married to a Swede. You'll need a permanent residence permit, and processing takes 6 to 12 months, sometimes up to 2 years, so 4 to 5 years total. There's no language test, for now, and Sweden allows dual citizenship. But don't break continuity. Too many days abroad and your whole application gets iced faster than a Stockholm winter. Also, short-term visas like tourist or student visas don't count. EU folks can move freely, while non-EU folks need work permits. Sweden's startup visa for entrepreneurs is a solid relocation option. At number 16 is Bulgaria. This one's a bit of a sleeper hit. You'll need 5 years of permanent residency for citizenship, or 3 years if you're married to a Bulgarian. Processing takes 1 to 2 years, so 4 to 5 years total. Here's the catch. Bulgaria usually makes non-EEA folks renounce their other citizenship, though EU citizens might dodge this. Short-term visas don't count, so make sure you've got a permanent residence permit. Don't assume the old investment route still exists. It ended in 2020, and nail the language and integration requirements. Relocation options include a 1-year visa for jobs or family, and a new investor program can land permanent residency in 3 years, but you'll still wait for citizenship. Lastly, at number 17 is the United Kingdom. The UK's got a solid setup. Live there legally for 5 years, plus 1 year with settled status, indefinite leave to remain, and you're set. Marry a Brit? You can apply after 3 years of marriage and residency, but don't spend more than 270 days abroad in those 3 years. Got a UK-born parent or grandparent? The ancestry route can speed things up. Processing takes about 6 months, so 4 to 6 years total. Dual citizenship is fine, but you'll need to pass the English and life in the UK tests. Don't miss the absence limits, or fail those tests. They're deal breakers. Skilled workers can use the skilled worker visa, or try innovator or startup visas for entrepreneurs. Family visas can lead to settled status in 5 years. The investor visa has been discontinued since 2022, and there's no digital nomad visa. Practical tips to nail your citizenship journey. Paperwork is king. Across all countries, missing documents can tank your application. Think birth certificates, marriage papers, and criminal records. Triple check everything. Don't overtravel. Most countries have absence limits, like 70 days per year in Ireland and 180 days in Mexico. Track your days like a hawk to avoid resetting the clock. Learn the lingo. Places like Portugal, A2, Italy, B1, and Mexico, Spanish tests, require language skills. Start practicing early to avoid a last-minute fail. Taxes and tests matter. Canada needs 3 years of tax filings, and the US requires a civics test. Don't slack on these, they're non-negotiable. Vet your investments. For investment programs, Malta, Dominica, Grenada, only use government-approved options, or you're out of luck. Stay updated. Policies change fast. Argentina's 2025 rules got stricter, and Panama's dual citizenship shift isn't final. Check official sites before you start. There you have it. 17 countries where your second passport isn't a fantasy. It's a checklist away. Some you can buy, some you can earn, and some you can inherit. But all of them are faster, fairer, or more flexible than the average. Just remember, citizenship isn't just a passport, it's a commitment to stay, to integrate, and to follow the rules. Now go chase that second passport. Just don't forget your inner caveman still hates forms. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, click subscribe for more Bob Trek adventures, and tell us which country you want migration info on next.